Hey guys, I hope you're all doing very well. And today I've got another vlog, but it's going to be a different vlog this time. So, as a football fan, I'm actually going to be going to an NFL game. It's going to be interesting. I haven't been to the NFL before, and I don't really know the whole thing about American sports as much as I should do. But it's going to be an interesting experience from a football fan. So, going to be going to the NFL. I got invited by a friend to go to this game and to see what the experience would be like. Now, I don't know anything about the teams who are playing or what's going to happen. So I'm just going to kind of record everything and just see how the experience went. And yeah, see you later.
Every celebration and every lesson learned, it's taken every one of us. So thank you.
It's your 2023 Jacksonville Jaguars! And running back, number 1, Travis Etienne Jr. Wide receiver number 13, Christian Kirk. Honor Guard and the British Army Color Party. The Star Spangled Banner will be performed by singer, songwriter, and country music recording artist, Alyssa Bonagura.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land
First and 10, Jaguars. Lawrence's pass complete to ETN. And that's a Jacksonville first down. Following the timeout, first and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons. The ball is on the 7-yard line. To attempt the extra point for the Jaguars. The kick is good. With 5 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter, our score, the Jacksonville Jaguars 7 and the Falcons 0. Lawrence's pass intended for Christian Kirk, incomplete. Pass complete to Robinson. Jaguars fans, you have just witnessed a pick six. Number 31, Darius Williams. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brandon McManus to attempt the extra point. The extra point is good. 4 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Our score, the Jacksonville Jaguars 17 and Atlanta Falcons 0. Flag on the play.
Ball start, offense, number 7, under penalty, first down.
At the end of the first half, our score, the Jacksonville Jaguars 17 and Atlanta Falcons 0.
If it was more neutral.
Young White Coup to attempt the extra point. The extra point is good. 11 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Chad Muma, knocking down the attempted pass.
Das ist so geil, Alter. Ich will mir den ganzen Tag anschauen mit dem, ne? Ja.
ETN.
Okay, guys. So I came back home. I'm back in my normal setup because I'm actually going to kind of go into depth of the game because there's actually kind of a lot I actually want to talk about. So this was my first NFL experience, and I must admit it was really interesting. I really honestly think that it has a very different feel and atmosphere to typically most of English football that I've been watching for many, many years. So let's just talk about the game. So the game itself, so it was the Jacksonville Jaguars that were playing against the Atlanta Falcons. It was at Wembley, and pretty much the home side was the Jacksonville Jaguars. It didn't really feel like the Atlanta Falcons were really getting any recognition in this game. But what's really strange is that it's not really what I would call a segregated ground where fans are separate. Like if you think about football, you know, you would have a home fans and you have your away fans, and it's always segregated and separate from each other. And it's very, very strange that in this one there's none of that. But what I really felt is that there is a very different culture aspect when you look at American sports to British football. Or British sports. It's very, very different. So one of the very big difference I notice is just how many breaks there are. Like there's always lots of stoppages of play. There's always this sort of short 10-second period where they're playing. Sometimes it could be longer aspects of play. And when one play breaks up, they literally take more of a break. And it always stops in between. So they usually would have 15-minute quarters. But each quarter ends up being literally about 30 minutes or so. Probably longer. And it did kind of made my attention span kind of go off. I think being football, knowing its fast pace, its fast action movements all the time, you pretty much can't lose focus. It's always like you lose focus for a second in football. You just may miss a goal, you may miss a booking, a free kick, like anything. So it's very interesting. That's a big difference when you look at, from my perspective of being a football fan, going to football matches throughout my life versus looking at American football from a different aspect. I don't know whether it's different for any other American sports like basketball or baseball or any of those sports. I mean, I would like to know, but very, very different. I think the atmosphere was really impressive, very different. Nothing felt hostile at all. There was none of that feel. They do a lot of these sort of camera things like fan cams, and you know they do the kiss cams and all that stuff. Like I think it's kind of like a jokey, wacky type of shit that they do. It's it was pretty fun. It had that kind of funny, shitty vibe to it, which I think is kind of what you would expect really from an American sport. I mean, most British sports, people don't typically care about that. They just care about seeing the sport they pay, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, very, very different experience altogether. I'm not very familiar with rules of American football or NFL for that matter, so I really can't really say what the play happened. It's like I just literally just watched like a 10 or 15 second period of a sport, and then all of a sudden it's literally just anything just happened really, and people just cheer or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of literally my experience of watching American football. So yeah, very, very interesting experience, a very good experience. I don't know whether or not I'll go again. I'll definitely, if I got invited again to go, I definitely would be up for going. I don't know who I would support as an NFL team. I pretty much would just go as a neutral person who just likes the sport in some way. But it was a very good, interesting experience from a football fan's perspective. And yeah, that's about it. See you later.